What I'm going to demonstrate now is a nice simple job, which is removing a door on the DS. As you can see, it's here in place. We've already removed the wing. And what we've got is, we've got two nuts and bolts that actually position the door as part, and they're also part of the hinge. So they're set up to have the door in the right position, up, down, in, out, etc. We've got shims and what have you. It's multi-adjustable, we can put it anywhere. And it's all been set up, so we don't want to lose that setting. So I'm not going to touch the top hinge here. All I'm going to do is slacken off the lock nut on the lower hinge and unscrew that. Unscrew the bolt all the way, and you'll see once I get it out that it goes into a cup, which is in fact the hinge, which is part of the door. Now the door is latched at the other end, so it's not going to go anywhere. And once I've unscrewed it like that, so that, in fact I'll take the stud out to show you. So there's the stud, and you can see it's got a domed end, which is actually the bearing part of the hinge. And there's a lock nut and a washer. Put them to one side. So now all I do is assume the correct position, and the easiest one here is to put my hand down onto the top hinge so I know where it is, and undo the door and open it slightly. Then the door will lift off the top hinge, and that is the door completely removed, which I will now put somewhere safe. So here we are with no door, and so I think I should rectify that situation. Right, the door hangs on hinges, obviously, and it's just on these two adjustable hinges. And I haven't undone the top one in any way, so I'm going to plonk the door onto that, and then we'll screw this lower one in to secure the door in position. So apart from that and the latch, that's all that holds the door on. So here I've got my index finger on the hinge, hopefully you can see that, and that means I can then position the door onto the top hinge, shut the catch at the back, and then with my long screwdriver get onto the lower hinge pin. So just pushing the door in slightly with my leg against the door seal, I screw the hinge pin down. Now I've left the lock nut where I took it off and did it in the position where the door came off, so it should be roughly in the right position with the correct tension. But I'll just loosen it off slightly. The correct tension should be that the door should move in it, open and shut easily, but have no movement up and down, and that's fine. Actually, there's a tiny bit of clunk there, so I'll just give it another half turn or so. So it doesn't feel absolutely tight down here. So finally, we just do the lock nut up on the bottom to stop it undoing. One more thing, whilst obviously the wing is off, it's a good practice to put a little bit of grease here on the check strap. So just a little blob of grease. And then as the door opens and the check strap operates, it just keeps it nice and quiet. And that's enough to hold the door open. You can adjust the check strap on here, these bolts undo, and you can move this spring in a bit more, and the tighter you push it in, the tougher the door is held open. But that one's good enough. Okay, now it's a question of putting the wings back on.